takes off, only the captain has control over that. But for any reason, right? If, for example, for any, the dispatcher would like to cancel the flight and the airplane is already taxiing for the runway, it didn't take off yet, the captain cannot say anything. The flight will have to be canceled, no matter what. Okay? So they have in the bigger airline the co-authority kind of thing. Up until the takeoff, once they took off, it's the captain in charge. All right? Now, here is the thing. Here, I'll give you guys a quick example. All right? When I was flying for WestJet, we had an airplane with broken propeller boots. Sorry, propeller seats. And it was snowing in our destination. All right? So there's no way for us to remove snow off the propeller. So we couldn't continue, right? And so we decided to make a diversion to Edmonton. So we were flying from Regina to Calgary, all right? Calgary was snowing, so we decided to go to Edmonton. We checked the weather there. It was snowing there as well. So we just called dispatch. We asked them, where do you want us to go? They told us, all right, let's go back. And they will bring another airplane for the passengers at a later time. They put me at a hotel over there for the night. And I'm like, okay, it's already 10 p.m. I'm gonna go to sleep, no worries. All right. They emailed me also a boarding pass just to be a passenger to go back to Calgary, because that's where I live. I'm not gonna stay there until. So they told me, all right, here's a boarding pass. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. you go on a flight. And I'm like, okay, fine. And I wake up, I go to the airport, I enter the airplane, right? And as the flight attendants are giving the passenger briefing, like, hello guys, we have the exit here, we have the facility here in the back. Right? As they are giving that introduction, safety briefing, no one is allowed to be on their phone. Your phone should be off at this point already. Now, I was in uniform, maybe they saw that, like, maybe, I don't know what they were thinking really. But dispatch called me and they're like, hey, where are you? I'm like, uh-oh, what have I done? And they're telling me, hey, so I told them, guys, I am on a plane that you booked me on. I'm on this flight. You didn't get the email? What email? What did I do? And they're like, oh, we told you, we sent you an email. So you go to a different flight. We have fixed the airplane that was broken yesterday. And we brought a pilot so you can fly with him back on an empty airplane, empty flight. So I told them, all right, well, what would you like me to do? The airplane is already moving, going to the runway.
So you were like on the phone as it was moving?
Yes, as your taxi.
Oh.
And they're like, okay, well, tell the captain he has a stop. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? I'm like, no. Tell the captain to contact dispatch right now. So I was sitting at the very, very back, all right? And the flight attendant at the very back as well, right? So I told her, hey, listen, tell the captain to stop the aircraft right now. And then she's like, why, what's wrong? So I quickly tell her. She called the captain, and then all of a sudden you can see the brakes like stopping, and the aircraft is stopping. And then the flight attendant tells me, the captain would like to speak to you. I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be bad. The captain talks to me. I tell him, hey, listen, here's the scenario. Call dispatch. And he called dispatch, and after like 2 minutes, the captain is like, ladies and gentlemen, we have a crew member on board which has to go off. We're gonna go back to the gates, and then we're gonna continue after he leaves us. And then I told the flight attendant, listen, my bags are on that overhead bin and over here as well, right? Please help me grab them, because it's so embarrassing to go back to the base just for me to leave the aircraft, the only person to leave the aircraft. And I told her, I am not looking back, okay? Because passengers will probably look at me and kill me. After the flight was technically canceled, right? The captain needed to do another flight plan. So he did all of his stuff, but I already left, right? And they put me, like somebody was waiting for me at the gate, some random WestJet employee with a handheld radio talking to somebody. He's like, all right, I got the first officer. Where would you like me to meet him? Like, and then you can hear on the walkie-talkie, right? Okay, we have vehicle on gate 10. Make sure he goes down the vehicle. Man, it looks like from James Bond film, honestly. All right, they take me into a weird car, all right, and then they drive me halfway around the airport to the other side. No gates, no nothing. All you see is the aircraft that was broken yesterday, right? No passengers, no nothing, no markings, no nothing, all right? And all you see there is the captain getting the airplane ready, another guy with the connected the airplane to the power source, right, to a ground power unit or a GPU, and they're just waiting on me. I'm like, all right, what do you want me to do? He's like, everything is done. We just start the engine and go. No passenger, flight attendant. He's like, nothing, just go. I'm like, okay. But it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. I always say, I stopped the flight. Okay? All right, continuing. This regulation talks about if you don't have a valid permit and a valid medical, you cannot use your privileges, all right? So if you don't have medical, yeah, you can't fly. Right?
Right, that is common sense.
If you think you can remember that, don't need to write it down. You cannot use your privileges in another foreign country, right? So you guys are able to fly Canadian registered airplanes, right? Now, even if your friend from California, all right, brought his airplane to Canada for a few days, you cannot fly it because it's American airplane, okay? Trust me, it probably flies the same. The radios are going to be the same. Everything is going to be the same, but it's American registered, all right? So you cannot. All right? You cannot exercise your privileges unless you have the following requirements. So I'm going to get to that in a second. All right? But after you have your PPL, right? Funny enough, you can get a very easy and free conversion to an American. All right, so it allows you to fly American airplanes. The process, the documentation for that is a little bit time consuming a little bit, and you will have to drive to Seattle for that. Right now, you can't drive across the border anyway, so that's not really going to be very helpful. But yeah, there is a free way to do it to convert your license, and I have gotten mine already. Okay. Just gonna wait here for people to copy. It's a little warm here, huh? Okay, all good, guys? So